Artificial intelligence, agents, agentic structure, large language models, we hear these things everywhere. It's actually reshaping all the industries and companies and transforming the way we work. But here's the real question. How do you actually make AI work for your business, for your customers, as well as for your internal team? Because I see it all the time. Companies are excited about AI, convinced that it is the key to innovation, or they have to implement it in their company as well. But always what I'm noticing is they start investing, rolling out of AI projects as side projects. And then they struggle with expectations that don't meet or match the reality of what they want the AI to do. AI doesn't integrate well with their workflow, or suddenly something that's supposed to be a game changer turns into another project that's going on and their expectations are lowering without understanding the full potential and capacity of how to use this AI. So the truth is, introducing AI isn't just about having the latest technology or latest co-pilot or something. It's about having the right strategy within the company, within the leadership, and also within the way you want to think about how do you want to build this AI architecture within your company. AI only works well when it's solving real business problems, backed by the right data, processes, leadership, as well as some architecture on how it will work within your company. And that's exactly what we're going to cover today. If you are a leader or an architect or a business owner thinking about AI, this video is for you. We'll go over how to strategically introduce AI into your organization, the key mistakes to avoid, and also some real-world examples of businesses that got it right and those that didn't. And from my view, I'm just sharing some of the best practices that I can help you with. So, hi everyone, I'm Ragnar Pitla. I'm an enterprise solutions architect at Microsoft, and I'm helping companies and businesses transform their cloud architecture and other things for almost a decade now. And now I'm excited to share this journey into AI and share the best practices for you. So if you want to learn more, please hit the subscribe button if you want to learn more about AI and business strategy insights. And I also have something fun coming up soon. So here's how we're going to break this down. Firstly, we'll talk about why AI needs a strategy, how to set up an AI center of excellence to lead the way, which is your first step, to be honest. Then we'll cover one of the biggest AI mistakes, using AI without clear problem to solve. I'll show you how to think about AI as a solution, not just as a shiny new tool or a search tool, to be honest. Next, we'll talk about the one thing that can make or break your AI project, basically your data. If your AI isn't performing as expected, chances are the data is to blame, and also how you are utilizing that data. After that, we'll go over how AI needs to integrate into your existing IT systems. AI that doesn't work with your ERP, CRM, or supply chain software is just another disconnected tool, siloed on its own, that is working without actual ROI for you. Then I want to discuss a key mindset shift. AI doesn't work like traditional software. It's not a it's actually a probabilistic, not a deterministic tool in a way. So we'll unpack what that means for decision making in your business. A lot of the times I've seen AI used as a search or retrieval, but you need to think about the cognitive thing that AI can do and embed that into your mindset. Finally, we'll talk about leadership. AI isn't just about an IT project. It's a business strategy overall for your company and your organization. And how well it succeeds depends on how leadership drives this adoption across your company. By the end of this video, you'll have a step-by-step approach of making AI work for your organization without the frustration of wasted resources or misaligned expectations. Hopefully, this framework will help you to start thinking about AI implementations or adoption of AI within your own companies. So let's dive into the first and the most important step, which is why AI needs a strategy and how can an AI center of excellence can make all the difference for you. To begin with, you wouldn't ever build a skyscraper without an architect. You wouldn't launch a space mission without like a control center. So why are companies rolling out AI without a proper strategy? This is happening a lot more than you think. That's why I'm trying to bring this up. I've seen some data and I'm understanding how people build these teams. So the first mistake businesses make is they treat AI as a side project, like I mentioned, instead of a full-scale transformation initiative. If you think about a transformation, it's different than thinking it as a project. So they let AI happen in different corners of the company with no alignment or no shared knowledge or no real game plan. And also one of the things is when you build together or build even in silos, but if you communicate with each other, you can share the best practices and other things much faster that are specific to your company needs. And that's why you need an AI Center of Excellence or COE. Think of it as a mission control for AI strategy. So what is an AI Center of Excellence? One, I want to keep it simple. So one, you need a dedicated AI strategy team. So think of it as creating a V team. We create V teams for everything we do. So like a virtual team, you can create one for your, let's say, ERP, one for CRM, one for others. But also you need an AI team center of excellence to cover all these topics on how it is helping your business. It should be a mix of IT, business, and data leaders to help you have that center of excellence across all of your stack of applications, integrations, and other things you do. And also ensure AI projects align with real business goals. So you should set some business goals on what you are trying to automate, what you're trying to help or reduce time, or other things that you need to do in order to start that project. So for example, Microsoft's AI Center of Excellence help different teams integrate AI into their workflows without duplication or wasted efforts. It helps you to plan those things on how to do it. Airbnb has built an AI strategy team that applied machine learning into pricing, fraud detection, customer service, and other things. I'm sure a lot of the financial institutions have been doing this for a while, but having that center of excellence will help you being grounded on what you want to achieve, as well as what strategies will work for your company. So one of the lessons that I've learned is AI without a strategy is like a rocket without a fuel or without a control center. It's not going anywhere. It's just going to stay there. And then you keep thinking about enhancements and other things without having an objective of where you want to go. The next section is about AI should solve a real problem, not just be a buzzword or something that you're excited about. To be real, some companies add AI like people add kale to their smoothies or something, just sprinkle on top of something that you're doing already. You should be thinking more about in the workflow, where can AI come in and add value to this process? So if you think that way, it changes how you do it. So do you actually need it? Or are you just adding or doing it because it sounds healthy or it sounds fancy or it's a new thing that we can add to your tools or your tool set or other things that your users are using? We've also noticed the hype is kind of over, but also there is a lot of executives that get caught up in this AI hype. They think we need AI, but they don't take time to ask, hey, what business problems are we actually solving? How can we bring AI to solve some of these problems? Or what problems are there that AI can come in and solve? And that's the real key. AI should never be a starting point. The problem comes first, the solution comes second, and AI is just one of the possible ways to solve it. And we have seen this before as well. Automation is not a key thing for everything. You need human in loop intervention, so understanding all those things will help you. So let's look at how to do this right. So we can start by saying, start by identifying the pain point in your business first. So what are the pain points that AI can solve? Or what are the pain points that you want to solve that we can bring AI into? Ask, will AI actually improve this? Or is there a deeper issue? Are there any integrations that will break? How much of impact it will have on the current process you're doing? And what does your user base think of this tool? Will it help them actually to get the desired results that they need? Also, test it in small use cases first before scaling. So we always have a V team. We always come up with a project team. We test things and scenarios. We collect all the requirements and other things, same like other projects we do. So for example, a retailer wanted AI chatbot for customer service, but their real problem was slow shipping times. AI won't be fixing the bad logistics of shipping times, right? So customer service agent might be a good thing to start with, or it might be something that you can begin with, but your real problem is your shipping times. So maybe you need a logistics agent. So maybe you should work towards that one first. So that way you can see some return on investment for your investment that you're putting into AI and building some solution there. Also also a logistic company used, some of the logistic company I remember used AI-powered demand forecasting to predict inventory needs, cutting waste and saving millions of time. So that's a great way of using AI for helping with the demand forecasting within our Dynamics 365 or other ERP system. Here are some of the lessons, I think. So AI should be a scalpel and not a sledgehammer. So a lot of the time people go and try to break in or try to fix something or insert AI into something. That's not how it should be. It should be augmented in such a way that the new process uses AI and makes it simpler and easy for your users to use. So let's talk about one of the biggest weaknesses, which is bad data. A lot of the time when we do a project, even for me, when I was building an agent or something, one of my first core focuses is about data. So identifying how much data you have, what data you need to feed to the AI agent. A lot of the times I've seen some of the projects that have been going through, I noticed that they have a lot of outdated data within the same knowledge articles for the agent and other things, which is only going to impact you badly. So if it's more like telling your AI, use all of the bad data as well and give me solution for what I need to do. So one way to think about this is, if AI is a brain, data is like oxygen. If you feed it clean, structured, unbiased data, it can make accurate and insightful decisions. But if you give it messy, outdated or biased data, what you'll see is, let's just say the results can be, one, hallucinated, two, can be hilarious sometimes or disastrous, because then you're actually giving wrong data to your user. It also impacts downstream for you, because then the adoption becomes harder for your users. Your users don't tend to believe in the data, so they have to do one more layer of questioning and answering and verifying the output of your AI agent is giving the right data or not. So data is one of the key things for you. And I remember one of this quote from Edwards Deming, which says, without data, you're just another person with an opinion. So basically, having all that outdated data and not clean data is going to be a bad thing. So if you're build your COE team, build a strategy, then you make sure you have the right data that is being fed to your AI agents. And that is where you actually can spend a good amount of time to identify what data is good enough or what data is actually useful for this AI tool or application or a process that you're trying to build. So fixing your data before AI tool or AI implementation of projects is going to be a key thing for you. Firstly, what you can do is audit your data. So is it accurate or up to date? Remove any biases, remove some historical data that can cause AI to reinforce discrimination, or sometimes even using wrong data to give you wrong estimations and things that are based on, let's say, 10-year-old data or 15-year-old data, or even business processes that are updated, but you haven't updated the data to support that business processes. So connect all the systems. AI needs to access all of your business data, not just fragments. This is something key, and Microsoft does a great job of grounding with this data, as well as structures in terms of helping you with who has access and things like that. So connecting all of your systems, getting all of the data, so you understand, okay, for this process, these are all the systems that need to be connected. So understanding that is going to be a key, and also feeding, how do you feed that data into the AI agent is going to be a key thing for you. I know we've been hearing a lot of news, like an AI insurance system denied more women's claims than men's claims because it's trained on data that is biased. So these are some things that you really need to understand. This is all coming from data more than an AI. So a lot of the times when we complain about this, we don't understand the root cause is going to be, okay, what data have you fed in order it to be biased? So understanding that is going to be a key thing, so that your AI doesn't give you wrong answers. And also the way for you to do something right could be, I remember one of the examples of Amazon's AI-powered warehouse work, because they have real-time, structured, continuous, up-to-date data. So they keep feeding the data. And I remember we did data read and prep engines before, long time ago, before AI was there. So we make sure our engine prep is always feeding the right data to our logic systems or Power Apps that we built before. And that is the key thing, how you are feeding that data and making sure that data is available for the agent to learn and go. And the simplest lesson is garbage data in, garbage AI out. So basically garbage in, garbage out. So if you give the bad data, expect your AI to give you bad data. It's not AI's fault, it's more of your fault that you are not understanding what data you're giving to the AI. And like I mentioned, your AI should connect with all the systems. So the next section is AI isn't like an app you just download. It needs to talk to your existing IT systems. It needs to talk to your existing business processes. So what does that mean? It means AI should connect with your ERP, CRM, supply chain software. I remember one of the examples that Satya Nadella was talking about. Previously, leadership would never go to CRM tool or ERP tool. It would ask someone, hey, give me this report. Now with these AI agents embedded within their teams and other places, you can talk to your CRM, you can talk to your ERP and get the data you need the way you need. You don't need to send an email asking for someone and wait for the report to be generated. You can do that directly by yourself. And also use APIs to prevent AI from becoming a data silo. What kind of API infrastructure, what kind of ISVs you're using to help your AI system be much more capable. And also start with small AI pilots before scaling. Like I mentioned before, it's always building a V team for you, understanding how it goes. Before you disrupt an existing process, understand how this process is helping and what is the output and is the output helpful for you. One of the examples is banks embed AI into fraud detection systems to analyze transactions in real time. This has been happening for a long time, to be honest. But now with AI, it can actually not only look at the logic that we put in manually, but it can also predict on its own. That's the power of AI. You don't need to give him specific instructions for a specific thing to be a fraud. It is able to analyze and understand what are the common frauds that are happening, what are the new frauds that are coming up. It should be able to learn and do those things directly. And also, like one of the lessons that I have learned is about AI should enhance your IT systems, not fight against them. A lot of the times we've seen some AI projects that come through and they're going live, but they're competing with their own IT systems or previous business processes. That is only going to make enablement harder for you. So think about helping with your IT system. By saying that, AI actually requires a shift in thinking, so probabilistic and decision making. So most traditional softwares follow a strict if this then that logic, like we were talking about logic before. But AI doesn't work on those principles. It works more on probabilities, or it also can think on its own and understand a different scenario or different logic that you haven't put that in. This means AI isn't just about giving you 100% of the right answers. It's about predicting the most likely outcome based on the patterns in the data that you have given, which is why our previous point, data is very important. For example, AI fraud detection doesn't say this transaction is a fraud. It mostly says like there is a 87 to 95% chance that this is a fraud, so please check it out. So we have human intervention and other things like that. One of the lessons I have learned is AI augments human decision making. It doesn't replace it. Basically, it's helping you to be a collaborator. So one of the key things, that other thing also I've learned is if you think of using AI tools as a collaboration with you and the work you're doing, you actually have much better success. So that kind of thinking is also important for you to think about having this as a collaboration more than just as a tool. I want it to do something. And lastly, I don't want to underplay this, but AI success within your organization or a company comes down to your leadership. So leadership actually plays a much bigger role in making AI successful in your transformation or in your organization more than anyone can think of, which is one of the common mistakes I've been learning is thinking AI is just as an IT decision. It's not an IT decision, it's a transformation, it's a decision, it's a way of thinking, it's building a different team, it's building a different part of your company that you didn't have before. So that's something that has to come from the leadership. So how leaders can drive AI success. So some of the things that we have been learning, or some of the best things that we have noticed, are align AI initiatives with your business goals. Like I said, AI is a different aspect of your company which you didn't have before. So bringing that in, that can align with your initiatives and your business goals is going to be key in terms of your leadership. Then involve cross-functional teams, business, IT, data, security, even ethics and other boards that you need to bring into this to involve cross-functional teams to help as a leader. And also set realistic expectations. AI isn't magic. It's just not a tool that can do anything. It's not a tool that can solve the problem that you have directly without investing some time and energy and some testing into it. So please invest some time and be realistic with an expectations as a leader. And one of the key lessons that I have learned is about me thinking more about AI isn't an IT project, it's a leadership initiative. So even within my own team and my own way, when I'm providing thought leadership or something else, I always think more about hey, how can I implement this as a leader? How can I think about it as a leader? What can it help my team to scale? What can it help my team to learn more or make it efficient? What are the things I need to do? What kind of V team I need to build? Who are the people I need to bring in to make this agent available for this set group of audience or something that we're thinking about? So by saying that, thank you so much for listening in. Hopefully this is helpful. If not, I will post something on my LinkedIn as well, and I really want to share more of these examples and best practices and lessons learned. So start thinking big, but always start small and scale fast. That's the best way for you to win an AI as well. So if this video has been helpful, please hit the like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what's your biggest AI challenges, or what is the challenges that your company or your leadership is facing. And I'm always happy to help you. You can always follow me on LinkedIn and YouTube or even the comments here. So thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.